What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're checking in on an oldie but a goodie. Legend of Keepers. This is a game with fantastic pixel art, really kind of peerless production values when it comes to the visible aspect of the game. It looks really good, and in fact, there's a fun game inside of here too, going along with it. Over the years, the developer's been pumping out updates and putting new stuff on into the game, and this week, they fired over a key for their brand new expansion, Feed the Troll. So, I spent about 4 hours playing the game so that we could get kind of like the Troll Master started off, so that you wouldn't be seeing the bare basic bones gameplay, you'd see some of the more interesting stuff. So today we're going to dive on in and take a look at the new expansion and see if it's worth your time. It's added new monsters, it's added new traps, it's added new overseers, a new campaign, and so there's a big chunk of content here. I figure it'd probably take you about 12 to 15 hours to mash your way through the new campaign, and I've been enjoying it thus far with the 4 hours that I've spent. If you've never seen Legend of Keepers before and you don't know exactly what the game is, Legend of Keepers is a game where you are a mercenary evil overlord. And basically you work for an overlord's union that basically rents out your contract to go defend dungeons from adventurers. The adventurers will stop at nothing to get the treasure, and it's your job to stop them. And you will do that with monsters, you'll do that with traps, and you will do that by carefully planning your upgrades and the way in which you want to stop them off by paying attention to their resistances and their attacks and their zones and things of that nature. There is a positional aspect to the game. Let's dive on in and do this thing. So, I think this is the one that I've been playing on. I'm a level 7 Troll Master. I've done, I think, 3 or 4 campaigns. Yeah, I've done 4 campaigns right now, and I'm doing pretty well. We're actually starting off pretty strong. I figure I'll drop you guys into something. Which one is good for showing off the game the first time? Let's just jump into the level 4, man. I'm going to jump on into the level 4. I don't know how difficult it is. I haven't played the 4th chunk of the campaign just yet. There is also kind of a customizable mode so that when you get done with the campaign and you unlock everything for this overseer, you'll be ready to rock. I do have some talent points that are ready to be thrown on out. I think I'll probably go with, as of right now, I've got a little bit more regen whenever my characters kill a hero. I've got like a little bit of power added on into my Dungeon Master. Ooh, Frost Whirlwind gives them tiredness? Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds good. But every single Overlord has kind of a limited skill tree that allows you to customize and level them up and make them a little bit stronger in various ways. The Shaman tends to have a whole bunch of bonuses towards monsters that have the Spirit tag. I've been ignoring it entirely and playing mostly demons because I find that demons are my favorite army to play around with. All of the different armies have different things that they're good at. There's undead, there's demons, there's greenskins, there's elemental spirits. It really depends what you like to play with, and they've all got different synergies and stuff that allow them to perform in different ways. Now, we've started off with a number of monsters here. We also have a celestial map. If a blessing is active, when combatants have taken their action, it replaces it with the opposite. Yeah, so this character, he has a mechanic called Celestial Blessing, where basically the blessing of the moon or the blessing of the sun is going to be active, and that blessing will affect the way that your monsters perform in combat and the various bonuses that you get. Some monsters get stronger the more that you swap between the two. Some monsters' abilities change fundamentally depending on what blessing is up. It's good to pay attention to, but I haven't had to be too strict about adhering to it. It's a nice bonus, but it doesn't force you to play a particular way. Alright, so we've been promoted. What that means is we get to pick for a ceremonial room what our abilities are going to be. On the left-hand side, we've got ourselves a passive that puts slow whenever a monster is killed. We've got the Mahuatl Throw, which is like really strong, although it looks like they nerfed it since last night. They did. I streamed the game the other day with the new expansion. It looks like they nerfed it. This did 108 damage yesterday after recording this, so it looks like they nerfed it pretty hard. It's not nearly the meta pick that it was previously. Over here, we've got wasps that we can spray all over enemies. We've got a backline extreme compression that deals a bunch of damage to the guy in the back. On this side, it looks like we've got area damage for 39, and it looks like we can actually spit acid on somebody in the back, which then makes them weak to fire. I don't know. I think I'll probably go with the middle one now that they nerfed the Mahuatl Throw. Okay, so the way that this game is structured, let's go through the UI. The game is over if your hero is killed. Your hero or your villain is in the final room of the dungeon, and if they get past all of your defenses, they fight your hero, who is incredibly strong, and damage is dealt directly to him. You heal a little bit every week that goes by. Every single week, they're going to give you an option as to what you want to do. Right now, we've got 350 bucks. And I would say let's go to the merchant and see if we can buy some new monsters. I love the skeleton bull, so I will take the skeleton bull. I also really, really like the Anhanga, so I'll probably... Monstrous altar. Let's renew it real fast and see what comes up. We've got another ballista right here. Let's renew it one more time. I like this guy right here, the possessed armor. He's pretty good. We'll renew it one more time, and then we'll probably take the... We'll probably take the Icy Breeze Trap right there. Just something to build around. This game does have that in common with like Monster Train or like Slay the Spire or Alina of the Arena, where you kind of want to pick a gimmick and you kind of want to stick to it the entire run. It's a really, really good idea to have that gimmick that kind of like combos off of itself and has a lot of synergies. In general, most of the gimmicks will have a weakness, but you should be able to take an L on the rare fights where the weakness kind of catches up with you. And then the vast majority of the rest of the fights, you're going to have a pretty strong advantage if you focus on your build really, really well. Over here, we have our monsters layout where we want to put our guys. On this side, we're very, very tanky in the front room, and I think that's a really, really good idea. The second room, you tend to want to have, like, a little bit more DPS, so I do like this layout right here. I'll probably take the first opportunity to get rid of this little bird guy right here. I don't think that he's very good. He might have gotten buffed. He is level 2, which is nice. In fact, all of our monsters have started out at level 2, which sort of denotes that nasty things are going to happen. We have no money for the trainer, which is where you level up your monsters. We have no money for the engineer, which is where you upgrade your traps. So I'm just going to go for the event. The R&D manager has made a new trap, and he seems like he's very proud of it. He wants to sell it to you for a few gold coins. I don't have any gold coins. Unfortunately, we are broke as a joke right now. Another event, a giant worm has oozed its way into the lower levels of the dungeon. What will you do with it once you've killed it? Let's go ahead and sell the body for a little bit of extra money down here. I'm going to go for another event. We've got a secret room. One of your employees has accidentally discovered a long-lost secret tunnel. It leads to a treasure room filled to the brim with gold and housing a rare and valuable artifact. You can keep everything for yourself, reward your employee with some gold, or gift them the artifact. So this artifact right here, monsters in a group containing 3 different types gain 30% power at the start of a fight. So what they mean right there is if you have like a demon, you have a spirit, and you have like a greenskin, they will just be flatly 30% stronger, 30% damage increase. It's not bad, and it actually, it really kind of, I think it incentivizes running a diverse team, so I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to take the gold. We don't have any morale loss right now. Whenever your monsters are killed in combat against the heroes, they take a morale loss. You can see that from this little meter that's underneath their name right there. When it gets down to 0, they will desert, and they will leave you. Luckily, in the earlier stages of this game, it was really, really difficult to manage your morale. Like, it tended to tank on you pretty easily, but they've balanced that out to where morale, unless you really, really neglect it, is not really an issue. One of the big things about this game is that I have found that you always want to take the hardest fight you possibly can, no matter what. If you do that, you're going to be stacked with money, you're going to be stacked with artifacts, you're going to be stacked with rare monsters, and it makes your later game a lot easier in exchange for you taking big risks at the beginning. So right here, we've got a Templar who is level 4, so these guys have us outgunned pretty seriously. 67 air damage to the front line. Okay, replaces a penalty with a bonus one time. Passive heals all heroes by 10% at the start of a fight. Rough one. We have the Merlin over here. We have an enchanter. 24 nature damage to everybody, gives elemental weakness. That's bad. Randomly moves all monsters to another position at the start of the fight. That's bad. And then attacks regenerate the hero's life by half of the damage dealt. That is also bad. We may actually get swept right here. And then we've got an AoE physical damage with a bleed add. He gets dodge, which means he avoids the next attack. And then he reduces the duration of penalties every single time he has a turn. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to throw out the ballista right there. Yeah, that seems okay. Icy Breeze might do okay too. Although we do have some ice resistances in here. And we do have a lot of armor, so I think the ballista is better. We've got a spell casting room right there. That should help out a little bit. I'm probably... Let's find somebody with good air resist to be out front. So that's going to be Nasal. Put you in the middle. We'll put you right there because he gives shell and haste to the things around him. So that'll be all right. Over here, we'll probably go with Icy Breeze. We've got a ceremonial room right there. Oh, never mind. They get to purge some of their debuffs right there. All right. We'll put you out front. Probably put you somewhere in the middle. We don't have the best team. Put you in the back. Yeah, we don't have the best team for dealing with this, but that tends to be the case in the early game. So I wouldn't worry too much about major mismatches in the early game. Like, stuff's going to happen. Things are going to go wrong. You should just, like, accept it. We do have the Blessing of the Moon right now, I think. We can do 104 fire damage to the guy in the back. I think that's a pretty good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, and so we've got our fight here. He regenerated a little bit. His dodge is up. They've rearranged my lines. Bit of a bummer there, but I'll take it. We're going to go for crushing on this guy to break his armor even further. And we'll probably go with an impale right there just to spread the damage around a little bit. First monster's already down. That's not great. We're going to go ahead and slow them with trampling for the moment. That'll also strip off his dodge, and it'll give us a better chance to get, like, another impalement in and just keep these guys withering a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll go Flame of Wrath right there just to get a little further damage off. And he is going to go down right here. There it is. Okay. So we got a decent amount of damage off in the front. They got a little bit of frost damage off right there. They're going to purge their debuffs at this shrine. No idea why we keep that inside of our evil dungeon. Not explained why we keep something so detrimental around us, but like we do for whatever reason. We're going to go with Extreme Compression on him because I think eliminating one guy as early as possible tends to be a really, really good plan in this game. I'm going to strip his shield. I'll probably go with an Infernal Blade. Right there, just anything that really gives us a little bit of damage before this all falls apart. Flame Strike will put Burn 2 on everybody, or we can Flame Fist the guy in the back. Let's go ahead and get Burn on everybody. We'll throw that out right there, but I think they are going to make it to the Overseer, unfortunately. And they're going to make it there intact, which is really kind of a problem. Although that guy's got a lot of debuffs, so we might be okay. They've made it to our Overseer. That's bad. That's not a great thing. I would recommend... He does have negative fire resistance, so there's a one-tap right there. You have negative fire as well, so there's a double fire tap right there. Looking good. Actually, these guys are fairly weak to fire. These guys are not great at fire. There we go, and that ate off his dodge buff. And then we're going to go ahead and skewer him real quick. We did take a little bit of a scuffing right there, but it's okay. We get to make a monster pick now. So we've got the Skeleton Magus, who does a lot of damage. Actually, a lot of damage. We have the Skeleton Archer, who also does decent damage, but unfortunately does not have a lot of HP. I would probably go with the Skeleton Magus, just because it'll be a nice bonus. And as you can see, we've lost some morale right there, which is just the way she goes sometimes. It's just the way she goes. We've got a choice between a trainer, a merchant, and an event right here. I kind of want to fish on the merchant for anything that might be helpful. Yeah, let's go fishing. Let's see if we find anything good around here. So we have the pile of bones. We've got you. Let's renew it. These aren't exactly what I'm waiting for. So this guy's a Time Watcher. I've never seen him before. Elemental Weakness 4 might be nice if we can get a back-to-back trap. Yeah, I do think that this guy is pretty solid. I'll take him, and I'll take the poison trap, and we'll just leave it right there. We can go to the engineer, and we can upgrade something here, and I would recommend that we do so. We can take that up to poison 3, which is not bad. Snake cannon gets a lot of mileage out of that first level up. Ice also gets a nice little boost up. Yeah, let's upgrade the snake cannon. Why not? Who doesn't love firing snakes out of a cannon? We get to choose between plundering and a business trip right now. It's up to you which one you want to pick. I'm going to go with plunder. So we've got 3 options. We've got +1 morale, but it costs us 100 gold to go to that one, and we get a free monster. This one right here, we get morale, and we set a monster free maybe. This one over here, we get money, and we might get an artifact. I'm going to go with this guy because it seems to have, like, the lowest amount of consequences. Their volunteers have snuck into a prison and left a trail of blood on their way out. They even found a monster cage and set him free. Okay, so we got Psycho Imps. It's just 3 imps in a trench coat with big knives. I'll probably sell them later on the black market because it's not that helpful for right now, but, like, still decent. The R&D director has made a centrifuge that can turn heroes' blood into tears. Would you like to use it? That will give us 30 tears. Basically, the way blood and tears work is if you kill a hero, you get blood. If you make them run away in fear, you get tears. Let's go ahead. I tend to kill everything, so, like, that sort of is what it is. We get an artifact if we run another hard fight, which I think is a smart idea. We've got adventurers over here, though. We get a free monster off of those. Let me take a look at my monster layout real fast and figure out where everybody's at. We do have 3 types over here, but I sort of feel like it might be advantageous to swap that in right there, or maybe even swap her in, although she is my only Group 2 tank. Well, he might be able to tank from the front. We can give it a go. There we go. That seems like a decent arrangement. I don't know if I want the artifact or if I want the... I don't know if I want the artifact or if I want another monster and some gold. Let's go for this one right here. That last fight, we took a little bit more of a scuffing than I'm comfortable with, and so I think I would like to kind of... Oof, they start out way higher level than I am. Okay. These guys aren't armored very well, so physical damage is going to do us real good. They are also lacking in resistance to poison. So we get a magic spell, and then we get another attack right here. These guys are all pretty strong versus ice. We could go for another break their armor type deal. Let's do that. In this room, we've got ice damage to the front. We've got air damage to the front. We've got fire damage to the front. So whoever's in the front is going to get torched pretty quickly. There's just no way around that. How's their fire resistance? Not great. Could be better, could be worse. I think she's got to go out front for the 40% resist. The air's going to still hit for bonus damage. I think she's still going to get folded, and there's not a lot of ways for us to get around that, but that's life. Let's see what physical stuff we can get on in here. Put you out front, you in the middle, and maybe... you in the back. And then they're on to our boss room. Alright. So off goes the cannon, hits the guy in the back with a big old ball of snakes. I'll probably go for... let's go ahead and just get a Frost Whirlwind on the front guy, because that'll nerf his damage down pretty solidly. No, it won't. Never mind. It's going to fall off before he gets there. Okay, a little bit of damage out on the first start. We do get to attack, though, which is really, really nice, and we get to capitalize on the fact that their armor is pretty much negative. Permafrost Blade, not that helpful right here. We'll go ahead and hit him with a Fire Beam. A little bit of the old Death Ray, and we'll go for some more Crushing right there. Didn't really go the way that I wanted to, but we do have them softened up pretty solidly after this first room. so I don't think it's going to be quite as critical as the last fight. Let's go ahead and kill the guy in the front. It's always good to kill somebody. Yeah, we'll baton throw to the back. That's good. Lots of damage right there. Like to see it. I would like to go, so this is swap 2 times, so we get to deal 42, I think 3 times here? No, twice. All right, I'll take that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and baton throw. Nice little chunk of damage right there. He has dodge, so that's really nice. We'll go for a double stack of Typhoon, triple stack of Typhoon right there. And the second room has managed to blunt the hero's advance. Fantastic. We could get a Gargoyle, we could get a Succubus, or we could get a Scientist. I'm going to take the Succubus. I don't want any of these 3, but the Succubus, you can use her for events from time to time, and so that'll help out. We have a little bit of money, but really it's not much. Yeah, we can't really do anything here, so I'm not going to worry about it. We can send people out on a business trip. I think that's a really good idea. If we send her out, everybody gets +1 morale, and we get 175 bucks. So I'll send her out, especially since I'm not planning on putting her in my rotation. We've got an event right here. Icarus has fallen from the sky. A wizard with a strange hat has fallen from the sky and landed in the entrance hall. He has a magical artifact. The Fang of Melinda is one of the best, most busted relics that I've ever seen. This is a really, really good relic. If the enemy has burn on them, if a demon deals damage to them, they regenerate 150% of the damage they deal. With the right comp, this right here can actually break the game and allow you to just coast through the entire game. I'm going to take it because it's like really, really good. It's kind of a meta upgrade. I think we can go to the trainer. I would like to buff up some of my tanky boys around here. I'd like to... Oof, I don't know who I want to level up here. Let's level up Edward. He's pretty good, especially since he works in collaboration with the relic we just picked up. We've got our first champion. This is going to be the first guy that we've got to deal with. It's not going to go well. Spoiler alert. We're kind of getting trucked on right now. It's a bit of a problem. We can snake cannon the guy in the back. We do have a somewhat strong opening. Not the greatest opening, but an opening nonetheless. The ninja's got to go. They have a lot of nature damage going out, too. Let's go with some poison. That's too much nature resist. We'll just go with the physical ballista. I don't think it's going to help that much, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so the guys we have to play out here. So we got 56 to the back. 80 to the back. Don't really have much that I can play here. I think either way the back line folds instantly, no matter how we do this. I mean, I could put the bull in the back so that he gets like some tiny bit of resist right there. You can put burn 3 on this guy, so maybe we'll try that out. Over here, we want him safely squirreled away in the middle. Not a lot of great options here. It's a lot of damage to the back. Man, it's one of those weird situations. I don't have much to play, so hopefully we make it through this. We've got another attack over here. I would say let's get the snake cannon on the back guy. And I think they're going all the way to the boss on this one. This fourth mission is quite a bit more difficult than the previous ones. He's got nature resist. She's got no air resist. Let's go ahead and put the damage on her in the back. Okay. We've got fire column. I do recommend we get rid of the ninja as soon as possible, so if I can focus some damage on the ninja, I won't be against it. Impalement sounds like a great idea, too, while their armor's still broken. Go for another fire column right there just to keep the burn stacked up. Skeleton Man's down. Impalement right there carries it on through. We knocked out, like, I know it seems like the hero is their strongest player, but actually the ninja is the biggest problem if you ignore him. So I strongly recommend going after the ninja whenever and wherever you can. All right. So we got Irritating Cry. That'll lower her damage dealt. Let's do that. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, put a baton on the person in the back. Yeah, poor little guy still got buried. We've got Flame Strike. It puts Burn 3 on everybody. I'm down with that. Let's put some Burn 3 on folks. Another baton out. All things considered, actually going kind of okay right now. Flame Strike gets double damage for enemies that have burn on them, so they're now down. He healed because he's a demon, and he dealt damage, so that's very, very good. And Baton Throw finishes the fight. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually thought that was going to fall apart pretty fast. We can get a Calendar of the Apocalypse. So it looks like once everybody has fought, all penalties get doubled. Nah, I'm just going to take the Infernal Guardian. This guy's like meta. Like meta. The Infernal Guardian is incredible. He's absolutely fantastic. If I can send somebody out on a business trip, that would be great too. Preferably a business trip that gives me morale, because our morale is just abysmal right now. So we'll send that out. Take another event. A strange gentleman in the guise of a toy manufacturer knocks on your door and offers to sell you a range of amusing items. He requests nothing in return other than the materials to make them. A strange and troubling force physically prevents you from declining. Okay. So we've got a choice in 3 relics here. We can sacrifice a unit, and that'll make the front 2 characters share 30% of the damage, thus lowering focus fire on fights like the last one that we had, or the one before that, where all the damage is going to the front, or all the damage is going to the back. Or we can get a mirror. Damage suffered of the first attack by the monsters at the back is returned to the assailant. It's not terrible. And we've got okay life, so I'll drain out for right now. We can do a sacrifice, but I don't know if it's worth it. It would sort of depend what monsters we pull. Let's go ahead and take him out, and we'll put him in the reserves for the moment. You in the reserves too, so that they can kind of bounce back. We kind of want you in the front group now, because we need you to put burn on everybody so that we regenerate whenever we deal damage. Back room looking a little wispy right now. Definitely not a lot of tanks in our back room, but I'm hoping that we can stall them in the front room. By chance, you meet a tamer traveling through the region looking for some work. The traveler offers to train one of your employees at half price. If you have the right employee, you could get it for free. I do. We'll bargain with him. So there you go. We just leveled up one of our demon tanks, so that's really nice. We've got an artifact over there. We've got a master bonus, or we've got a free trap. I'm going to take the free trap and the money, I think. Like, we're almost full up on artifacts anyways, and I've got a sneaking suspicion that we're going to get it all back at some point. This is a very armored group. Lots of damage going to the back, and I don't think there's going to be any way to stop that. Very weak versus nature damage, though, so we'll put out the frog trap. We also get a spellcast right there, which will help out considerably. We got to decide who we want to put into the back to kind of like tank all this damage that's going to be going out there. So it's air and fire going to the back. He's got air and fire resistance. Let's go for it. You go right there. You go right there. And that should be good. If we can get the burn up, I think we're golden. If we can't get the burn running, we're in trouble. Air and fire to the back. And then that's just air to the front. Not fantastic. But we can nerf his damage and maybe hold a little bit. Over here, we'll go for the... Icy breeze right there. And then they're on to our boss. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Nice little grip of damage right there. They're going to take a little bit extra from the poison. Wasp pheromones, I think, is going to make that even worse for the frontline guys. So he's got 5 poison. That's 25 damage, I think. Yeah, a turn. So pretty nasty stuff. Lightning has gone out. We want to go with... Let's get Infernal Blade going right here. So burn is up. Burn is up again. We're actively healing now. Let's go ahead and incinerate. That'll take health almost back up to full, which is great. And then Infernal Blade right here. We'll heal her back up. I don't know if it'll be enough to survive. Is it all damage? Yeah, let's go ahead and spread that then. Just to get an even better heal off. Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, I thought we were going to be okay. I thought we were going to tank it right here, but I guess I was wrong. It really comes down to whether or not our burn guy right here can tank for the rest of the fight. I think he probably can, although he is going to take 30% more damage next time. We may have the hero's aced right here. It'll depend if he crits through this guy in the front. Did not crit through the guy in the front. Respectable. Like I said, the Fang of Melinda, easily one of the best items in the game, bar none. If I see the Fang of Melinda, I basically know how to build around that so that it's basically impossible for me to lose. It's a really, really, really good item. Get a little bit more fire out here, and we actually should start stop-gapping the enemy in the first room from here on out. Now that we've got Melinda in this comp right here, I think we'll be okay. We've got the Bag of Aeolus. We've got the Furnace. The Furnace would actually go really well for this because we could preload burn on the enemy before they even get here. Oil Cauldron also plays into our build really, really well by lowering their resistances, thus allowing us to hit for more damage, thus allowing us to heal for more. I think Furnace is the meta pick right here, though, but we stopped him in the first room, which is great. That's like exactly where you want to get to as far as the game is concerned. Let's go ahead and upgrade the Furnace real fast. Take that up to max level. And then I'll probably take the Poison Trap up to max level. Well, 60 damage from the Snake Cannon is no joke. And we haven't touched the Ballista yet, so maybe I'll round it out a bit. Business trip over here for morale, hopefully. We lose you for 5 weeks, but we don't really need you for 5 weeks. So, like, it's fine. No biggie. The Therapist will also allow us to restore morale, so I'm going to take the Therapist real fast. I am going to spend some tears to give everybody a +2. Let them cry it on out. This game does have a healthy dose of humor, if that's the sort of thing that attracts you to a game. There is a lot of funny stuff in here. There's a lot of kind of like references to things, so on and so forth. I can take you up to level 4, which would be even better. You are a linchpin of my strategy right now. Yeah, let's solidify you a bit. But yeah, this is Legend of Keepers. I hope you guys liked it a lot. This game is fantastic. I always end up coming back to it. There's not a whole lot of flaws with the game. There's like little balancing issues, but honestly, the DLC or the expansion is not even out yet. So like they've got plenty of time to tinker with that. It doesn't come out for a little while longer. Aside from that, though, this is one of those games that I always end up coming back to. I think its only real flaw is that it can be a little bit easy due to the imbalance of some of the items. A little balance pass would probably be a good idea of the sum total items going through the game. But aside from that, this is a game that definitely makes you think. It definitely makes you play cerebrally. It definitely makes you think about it. It comes with multiple difficulty levels, so if it's too easy for you, you can play on hard, which sort of negates my critique anyways, which is why it's a minor gripe. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the link down there, the like button. Helps me out as a content creator. I don't like asking at the end of videos, but like YouTube is what it is nowadays. It is no longer 2012, unfortunately. Aside from that, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. I'll be back tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. But for now, it's time for me to go and get a snacky. Bye.